Grand Rising, folks. It's it's Jim, me from the Q, but I'm not in the Q. I'm in the greatest city on earth, baby. Boston, Massachusetts, right outside the TD Garden, home of the reigning, defending NBA champion Boston Celtics. And guess what, folks? They're gonna win it this year too. But that's not why I'm here. I'm sure you've heard the news. I'm officially the Stache Club Wrestling co-host. I got the gig. I'd like to first thank John Moonsall for believing in me in a time in my life where not too many people did. So shout out him. Shout out, of course, the tribal chief of the channel, Sophie, who I met recently. And of course, Clutch Points for also believing in me. But yeah, folks, that's not why I'm here today. Why I'm here today is to let you guys know, maybe even the sickos don't know this, but AEW has a pay-per-view, Dynasty, this Sunday. And although I've only been watching Dynamite the last 2 weeks after a long hiatus, I figured why not give my predictions for this Sunday's Dynasty live on pay-per-view. For starters, we have the Ring of Honor World Championship title versus mask, Chris Jericho versus Bandito. Now, my finger hasn't been on the pulse of AEW. It certainly hasn't been on the pulse of Ring of Honor. Jericho is a main culprit for me of why I stopped watching AEW. With that being said, I'm picking Bandito to pick up the victory. I don't see him losing his mask, and I think at this point in Jericho's career, he needs to be elevating talent, and I think that's what he will do in this opener. For the TNT Championship, we have Adam Cole, Bebe versus Daniel Garcia. I haven't a clue of anything about the storyline, so I'm kind of just picking in the dark here. I'm going to go Daniel Garcia. I'm a big fan of his work, the younger talent, and maybe a good win to establish his reign as TNT Championship versus veteran Adam Cole. For the AEW World Trios Championship, we have the Death Riders versus Rated FTR. Now, I would think that Rated FTR would be favored perhaps, but I know they haven't been seeing eye to eye, and I think this will also be featured in the match. I'm going to ride with the Death Riders. I know they're not the most popular group right now, but three very talented workers, and I think they have more to gain winning here. Let me ride with the Death Riders. Owen Hart Women's Tournament Quarterfinal, Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart. I know Julia Hart's a former TBS champion, but I don't think she's in Mercedes Moné's league. This should be a short match, I would imagine. Give me the veteran Mercedes Moné over Julia Hart. For the AEW World Tag Team Championship, we have the champions, the Hurt Syndicate, versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. The little I have watched of AEW recently, my favorite part of the show has always been the Hurt Syndicate MJF storyline. Will we see MJF be involved in this match? I don't know. I will say, though, the promo between MVP and Big Bill, I think it was 2 weeks ago, seemed to be really kind of shooty promo because I think Big Bill really got fired up. It was really compelling television. With that being said, I'm going to pick the Hurt Syndicate. They're just too dominant. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. Are you kidding me? Owen Hart Men's Tournament Quarterfinal here. We have Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. I am very high on Kyle Fletcher. I did see a lot of highlights of his cage match with Will Ospreay. Thought that was fantastic. A little overshadowed by the following cage match on Monday Night Raw with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, but I thought both were actually fantastic. I'm not a tribalistic douchebag. Give me Kyle Fletcher in this match. He has a lot more to gain, I think. I actually may pick him to win the whole tournament. Another match in the Owen Hart tournament, we have Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. I don't know much about this Kevin Knight guy. I just know fans were up in arms that WWE made him have a tryout match. But last time I checked, for any job, you have a job interview. I don't understand that. Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Give me Will Ospreay. Hey AEW, do you have enough championships? AEW International Championship 3-way, Kenny Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball Bailey. I have never watched a Speedball Bailey match. I'm very excited to see what this dude brings. But I think Kenny Omega will retain. I know there's a big potential match with him and Okada. They're going to hopefully unify the belt. So give me, of course, probably the match of the night perhaps. But yeah, Kenny Omega retaining. The match I am most excited for, the AEW Women's Championship on the line. Champion Timeless Toni Storm versus the Megasis Megan Bayne. I was absolutely floored when I first seen Megan Bayne. She is absolutely beautiful, and come to find out, she's a local. If you are from Massachusetts, I'm going to be on your side. With that being said, though, Timeless Toni Storm, in my opinion, is the #1 women's wrestler in the world. In-ring, character, all that. This is a tough one. I don't know if this is going to be Megan's time to shine. Kind of a young upstart. potential put the rocket on her back, kind of Sheamus 09 push, or will this be just another retaining defense for Timeless Toni Storm? I don't know. This is tough. Give me Megan Bayne, the Megasis, your new AEW Women's World Champion. And finally, we have the AEW World Championship on the line. Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland. Man, I've seen a lot of criticism of this Death Rider storyline. I think it needs to come to an end soon. And with that being said, I'm going to pick Swerve Strickland to become a 2-time AEW World Champion. This match is going to be disgusting. The last few weeks, you've seen Moxley take disgusting bump on top of spikes. And then even more recently, Swerve getting slammed into glass. Didn't love that spot because, it was fake glass, and rightfully so. But, when you get slammed into glass, usually your back will bleed. That being said, though, this match is going to be very bloody. Probably a lot of interference. We probably will see Hangman Adam Page, I would assume. But yeah, I'm going to lean towards Swerve Strickland becoming a 2-time world champion. And rightfully so. I think this guy is their number 1 star. And yes, those are my predictions for AEW Dynasty.